Hey guys, welcome to episode number 8 of the Derby Current Live, and to start off this episode, we are currently 7th in the table, just behind Man United and above Manchester City and Everton. We have got some tough games coming up in this episode, to be fair, but in between the two episodes we did get some messages. The first one is a transfer offer from West Ham for Andre Blake, who's not exactly playing too much, and when we played him last season he wasn't exactly the best goalkeeper in the world, so opportunity to get some funds, and obviously with those funds we can buy players that we actually need. Lukepingu's loan has expired, so it does give us a little bit more wage budget to work with as well, so that's good to see. And we've got a slight traded injury there, but it shouldn't be anything too major, as it is only Callum Guy. So, as you can see, we've only got 250k plus 24 grand wages, so if we sell Blake, that's another, I think he's not on much wage, to be fair, so we'll probably go up to maybe 50k in wage. But I think we can get, around 5 mil. And that would be a good amount of money. We could work with that. We've got just under 6 there. So let's go and negotiate this deal to kick off this episode. I think I'd rather get some money than no money, so I'm not that bothered about negotiating too much. As you can see, it is still Slaven Bilic on the game. No David Moyes. We're going to go up to... I want to go basically to the top range. So I want to go 5.9, which is his highest. And it'd be interesting to see if they do accept that, because his value is 5.5. We haven't transfer listed him, so... in theory, this should work. And as you can see, Slaven Bilic is happy with the 5.9, so I'm happy with that. Also, if you go too high on the transfer wage, the wage won't be what the player wants, and they won't accept it anyway. So I think we'll have to wait until any players are sold for us to be able to get the funds to basically buy players. Obviously, if we do get rid of Blake, we will need another goalkeeper. But a couple of players that you guys have suggested is Aaron Moy. Would be really interested to bring him into the club. Whether we actually need him there, that's a bit of a debatable point, because we have got Hughes and Hendrick at the moment with Thorne and Hansen as backup, so not 100% sure. We'd have to get rid of probably one of those, and I'm not too keen in getting rid of them, but can play Cam obviously, so that's always another option. Right back's another interesting area, because we've got Wisdom and Sesuan Cambo there at the moment, and I'm quite happy with them. They're not exactly doing a bad job, so I wouldn't be too put off by getting a new right back, but Cedric would be a great choice as he is at AC Milan. Another thing we could always do is just bring some pre-contract signings for next season. I think that could be an option, but Charlie Austin would be quite a nice option. I think that would be a nice English striker, quite bulky, quite strong. Into the first game then of the episode against Bournemouth. Let me have a quick look and see where they are in the table. They are actually 3rd. I was expecting to see them below us, but they are 3rd in the table with 33 points. We're on 29. If we do win the game, technically we can move into the top 4, so it would be great, but Bournemouth obviously doing very nicely this year. It's kind of annoying how many draws we've picked up this year. If we picked up like 1 or 2 more wins from those draws, we could have been very high in the table indeed, but as you can see in the bottom 3, Arsenal in the relegation zone. So let's go into the game. It is at home. Hopefully we can kick it off quite nicely. Obviously Tammy Abraham has been in absolutely fantastic form recently. I think I'll give him that black kit, just something a little bit different. Looking at the Bournemouth team then, they have gone for a 4-4-1-1, an old Derby name in that lineup, but we'll get to it in a moment. Begovic in goal, Coleman at right back, Eke and Cook in the middle, Max at left back, Carvalho, Pasalic, Cook, Sobby and Defoe, and Ben Brereton up front. Our former striker, we did sell him for 10 million. He wasn't working at the club. I think he only scored, I don't know, 2 or 3 goals in like 25 appearances, so clearly wasn't working for us, but as they are in the top 3, clearly working for Bournemouth. Hopefully he doesn't score against us. We have got Tom Lawrence back into the first 11 after his injury, so hopefully he can have an impact. Chance here for Simon. He's gone around the players, turned the goalkeeper really nicely and scored an absolutely beautiful goal. It's just waiting for that moment. The first half wasn't exactly the most eventful thing in the world, but Lawrence here finding the ball to Simon. He turns Ake with nice turn, and then beautiful bit of skill to go around. Begovic finds the back of the net, makes it 1-0, and now Bournemouth have got something to do. It's been, as I said, a really boring game up to that point, and it is his 6th goal this season. I must say, I think he's one of the best signings I've made during this career mode. Simon's been such a consistent performer. I know Lawrence has been in the team for a while as well, but if you look at the actual squad now, if I just pause it quickly, there's basically Simon and Lawrence as the only ones from the first season. Obviously Wisdom as well. I've got to give it to Wisdom. He's been great. Going forward's obviously not his strong point, but defensively absolutely fantastic. So I'd give So between Simon and Wisdom, that's for sure. It's those two that have been incredibly consistent throughout this career mode. Poor pass from Kerry's gone to Bournemouth. Wisdom's not quite got the tackle in our... It's gone into the box. Dunk's cleared to the edge. Now into Arter with the volley. That is an insane goal. Harry Arter coming off the bench and getting an absolute beautiful strike in the 90th minute to make it 1-1. They did pile on the pressure there, to be fair. I remember signing Harry Arter, I think it was last year on FIFA, for the Derby career mode, and he was amazing in the midfield. He got a bit of everything with him, very similar to Jeff Hendrick, but probably a bit more agile. As you can see, the ball went in, Dunk cleared it to the edge. Layoff, I think that's from maybe Sermon. And then a great volley from Harry Arter. You really can't do much about that. I'm not going to complain at the keeper. That's come off the crossbar and gone in. It's an amazing strike to get a point, probably. We may get one attack. It's gone into Tammy, just looking back for Vidra. I've found it into him with the shot now. Have I just kick-off glitched the computer? That is a little bit AIDS, but it was a nice bit of passing play in fairness. It wasn't... You can talk about kick-off glitch all you want, but at the end of the day, it's in every game, so everyone can do it, so it's probably fair. So, yeah, it was a nice bit of passing play between Tammy and Vidra, eventually finding it through, goes past the centre-back, and the Czech finds the back of the net to make it 2-1. Is that the winner, or is there another goal? And there we go, at full time. We got away with that one. We got a little bit lucky. If you just watch the goal back, I don't know if it was 100% kick-off glitch. Like, would you guys call this kick-off glitch or not? Because I think the kick-off glitch is where you get a striker to literally... He did kind of do it, but I don't know. It's one of them. It's a mechanic in FIFA. It's going to happen to some people, but that was a great strike from Arter to almost get them a point, but we've managed to take all 3 points. They probably did deserve a point. I don't think it was the most eventful game in the world, only 3 shots on target for each team. Player injury then for Emerson is only 5 days, so he will be out of the next game against Liverpool. But we have got a £10 million offer here from Stoke City for Tom Lawrence. I'm going to be rejecting that because even if I did sold him, I'd want at least 20 mil, and I doubt they're going to even accept that. So it's a literally pointless exercise. With that win, it has gone up by 1 place to 6 in the table. Only a point off top 4 now. If we can win against Liverpool, technically we could go into the top 4, so that would be a great little thing. We are going to go into a bit of training here. I'm going to try and get Che Adams up, because I haven't exactly played that much with him. Obviously, Tammy Abraham running the show so far this season. Transfer off from Middlesbrough for Matai Vidra. Again, they are actually offering more money than what they did before. I think it only went up to about 4.5 million, so it's gone up to 5.7, which is fair. Probably a fair price for what he is, but I don't want to get rid of him. I think it would be more difficult to replace him for that amount of money than to sell him and try and get somebody else. Obviously, we could always play Adams there, but I think we'll just keep Vidra. He won that game at the end of the day in the last game, so you really can't complain with him. He's been a consistent... Again, with Vidra was our top goal scorer in the first 2 seasons, and since obviously Lawrence going into the middle and Ciceretti out wide, he's kind of gone out of the squad a little bit, but he's still there and thereabouts. But we are about to go into the game against Liverpool. As you can see, there's only 2 points between us, so if we do win, we should go into the top 4. It'll be interesting to see, because we did actually beat Liverpool twice last season. As you can see, we are second highest goal scorers in the league with 35 goals, only the leaders Chelsea with 36 on top. We don't exactly have the best defensive record though, 24 conceded, not amazing, but obviously 11 goal difference will be good for us if we can beat Liverpool, so hopefully we can do it. We are at home again, and we have got the game in the FA Cup coming up against Scunthorpe. That'll be in 3 days time, so I think we will play a bit of a rotation team for that game, and then we've got Chelsea and Spurs, so not too long left in this January transfer window. Into the game then at Liverpool. It does mean no Emerson in the lineup. I think we can go for Max Lowe, but I may go for Sesuan Cambo. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just... So it's gone for Sesuan Cambo, but I think we do need to play Max Lowe. I think he is technically our left back, and I can always stick... Yeah, I think I will stick him there, because Wisdom's not too good on fitness. Here we are then at home again against Liverpool. We've had to make a few changes due to fitness. No Wisdom against his former club, but Jordan Ibe on the left-hand side. Did obviously play against Bournemouth in the last one as well, against his former team. They are playing a 4-3-3. Karius in goal, Trippier, Matip, Mustafi, Williams, Chirivella, Can, Wijnaldum, Florenzi, Roberto Firmino and Oxlade-Chamberlain up front. It's a bit of an interesting Liverpool team. No Coutinho, of course. Trippier and Florenzi at right wing, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, he can do a job at right mid. I don't know if he could do a job at right wing, though. But they have brought in Trippier, of course, at right back. So it's one of them. We beat Liverpool twice last season. See if we can do it this year. We'll add to Jamie Hansen. It is a bit of a shame that Jamie Hansen hasn't really had a chance in the Derby team in real life. Obviously, we have had a bit of a midfield crisis, and I think he could have maybe sorted it even before we brought in Joe Ledley. But obviously, he's been fantastic, Ledley. It's a bit of a shame I couldn't have him at the start of this career mode. But it's one of them things. He probably wouldn't have lasted any longer than what he lasted anyway. So it's one of them. Maybe we'd had another 10-15 games, but in the end, it's one of them things in football. Chance here for Firmino, and it's off the post and in the back of the net. Literally out of nothing, a crazy angle. Great finesse shot from the Brazilian. He turns the defenders quite nicely there with a bit of skill. I thought keeper would save it, but it's come off the post quite nicely and gone into the back of the net. 1-0 against Liverpool, first 30 minutes, 20 minutes, so 7th goal of the season. Be interested to see how we do to reply. Chance here for Vidra. Now into Tammy. Hopefully we can end this first half with at least one shot of decent quality. It's a good save from the German Karius. It's gone back into the box. Vidra with the header. Again, saved by Karius. That was Tammy at the back post instead of Vidra. We could have maybe got it back to 1-1, but Williams is holding it off and ending the first half there for Liverpool. Other than their goal, I don't think there's been much from Liverpool. It's been probably a fair first half. And so for Jordan I bringing it forwards nicely. It's gone around the play and he's been taken down on the in the box. Mustafi, the former Arsenal man, doing the foul. It's literally what we needed. We needed a little bit of luck because it's been quite difficult to break down the Liverpool defence. Now there's a chance for, I think, Vidra. I think he's our penalty taker. Mo Salah coming on for Florenzi, a bit more of an attacking option down the right-hand side. See, Vidra used to be our penalty taker, but I think I've got to give it to Tammy. He's our top goal scorer in the league. He's in form at the moment. I may have put a bit too much power in that. Oh, it's just come off the underside of the bar and gone in. Little bit lucky, but I think it's the luck we deserved. And we're back in the game. I've needed that. I needed just a little bit of luck. And that's what we found. Was it 100% a penalty? I was a little bit like, oh, is that really a penalty? And turns out it was. Ball goes into the box. Palmer Brown clears now into Lawrence, into Tammy. Yeah, there are only 2 Liverpool defenders back, so if we can get a runner just off the bench, Che Adams, last 10 minutes, he's got the pace to burst through. Just looking for Lawrence at the back post. He's got the shot off under the keeper and into the back of the net. The Welshman hopefully wins us the game there in the last 10 minutes. And if we do win this game, this is 6 wins on the bounce. You really can't complain with that. And with Scunthorpe next, we could very easily make that 7, of course. So we've really found the team that we've needed. It kind of shows when I made the sliders really tough and we almost got relegated. There was only like 4 points in it. It shows that I've managed to learn how to play the game, basically. I've learned how to beat the team, and that is his 5th goal this season. I think he's got about 6 or 7 assists as well, so clearly contributing both in the goals and the assist department. Only added time left for Liverpool. It's gone out to Trippier. It's probably their last attack of the game. It's gone into Salah, now into Mustafi, the man who gave away the penalty. If he can clear this, it will be full time, and we've done it. There we go. We've made it 6 wins on the bounce in this game against Liverpool. We're doing really well at the moment. Obviously, Tammy Abraham getting the goal from the penalty spot. Obviously, Jordan Ibe winning it against his former club, and then Tom Lawrence coming on late on with Adams. And Liverpool definitely didn't deserve to win, other than their goal. Very little from them, and maybe a draw was a fair result, but I think just nicking that win was quite nice for us. And there we go, Blake has been sold. We have got 4.5 million added to the budget. Now the problem is, we technically don't have a backup goalkeeper, but we have got a youth player in Fontana who's technically better than Blake, sorry. He's got not the best of positioning, but then 80 in diving, kicking and reflexes, so more than happy with him to keep him as a backup, and obviously will grow quite quickly. I may give him a go in the next game against Scunthorpe in the Cup as well. And now we've got all this money, we could potentially sign a player. Transfer offer from West Brom for Jordan Ibe, and interest shown for Aaron Moy. Obviously, Aaron Moy would be kind of nice to bring in on a pre-contract for next season. He would be a really nice player, but that is a lot of money from West Brom, I've got to admit. We could get up to 22. We're going to negotiate. If we can get 25, they could... I don't really want to get rid of him, because he is quite handy. Tony Pulis there with his hat on. I think that's one of the most funny things he have done this year. We will go up to 25 on the dot. I might be tempted for like 23, maybe even 22, but that would be a great amount of money, and we could do a lot with it. They've gone to 21, but with a 10% sell-on clause. Ooh, you're very close. You're really close. I don't want to put the sell-on clause in because we've only got 2 seasons left, so the likelihood of him being sold is quite low. I'll drop it by $500,000. See if they get convinced. They've done it. 24.5 million for a backup winger. Oh. You think about it, we paid 3 million plus a Kechianya, I think, at the very start of this career mode. He was the first signing I think we made. Or was it Kieftenbeld? It was one or the other. But that is a lot of money. You got to admit, I think a lot of you guys aren't that bothered about us selling Jordan Ibe. I would like to keep him. He's a nice player, of course, to have. But we've got quite a few. Like, even if we sell him and we don't buy another winger, we could always put Bennett on the bench, get him to grow a little bit, because he's got 92 acceleration, can play on the right-hand side, of course. Get him up to like a 75, 76, and he'd do a similar job. Same with Che Adams. I think he could do a job at wing, because we don't exactly need a striker at the moment. With 25 million, we could get quite a bit of business done. So the game against Scunthorpe next. Gonna have to wait and see if Jordan Ibe does go to West Brom or not. It'd be interesting to see where they are in the table. Of course, we are in the FA Cup, so I will need to change the table to the Prem. Yeah, as you can see, they are 4 points clear at the top of the table. Maybe they sold somebody for quite a bit of money that has led them to only losing 1 game in 26, and now they need to replace him. One thing we could do, if we do sell Jordan Ibe, if you look at our shortlist, we've got a couple of options. We could leave it until the end of the season, because we don't exactly need that extra player. Because if you look at the wingers we've got here, we've got Tom Ince, we could get on a pre-contract, and we've got Matty Phillips, who we could get on a pre-contract. They're very cheap, and that'd save us a lot of money for something that we don't exactly need. It would be nice if you could actually just keep buying players, though, in the January transfer window. It's a little bit frustrating that they've kind of removed that fixture. I will remove a lot of these goalkeepers as well, as I don't need a goalkeeper at the moment. So into the game at Scunthorpe. I'm not 100% sure what their stadium's called. I will be using a rotation side for this game. I think we'll stick with our kit. It's going to be an interesting one, obviously against a lower team. We haven't actually played a lower team in quite a while. I think we'll stick to our system. It seems to be doing quite nicely. I will put Jerry in from the start, maybe mix it up a bit. We have got a bit of a break after this game, so I don't mind playing a bit of a stronger team. So into the lineups for today's games. Obviously we can show the pre-match highlights, well, the pre-match squad screen thing, you know what I'm talking about. They were playing Jilks in goal, Wallace Townsend, not exactly, I think that's Home, maybe that Holmes used to play for us, but not too many players I know in their team. Madden, I think, is quite decent up front for Scunthorpe. Just looking at our team then, Fontana making his debut. Sessewan Cambo, Wisdom, Kera, Rawson, Callum Guy, Thorne, Bennett, Lawrence, Adams and Mbakajaku up front. It's a pretty strong team. Like, there's obviously decent defence there, Kera and Wisdom, Lawrence at Cam, Adams should be decent as well, so I think it's strong enough to beat him. I think Rawson was on loan at Scunthorpe at one point, so against his old club. Chance here for Scunthorpe on the edge. Definitely don't want to give away an early goal and give him a chance in this game. It's gone into Mantum. Pulled it across, a great opportunity and a great goal. Oh, definitely didn't want to do that. It's Madden as well, the man I called out at the start of the game to score a goal. Turns Sessewan Cambo, gets it across the box, and keeper does look very good. Like, he's big and bulky, but really couldn't do much from that range against the striker. Makes it 1-0. First goal in the FA Cup for them. We did manage to, like, I don't think we've actually beaten the first team, because I remember, I think it was Everton last year. I think we lost against them, Year before that, I think it was Oldham, I think it was, and we lost against them. We just don't seem to do well in the FA Cup. Chance here for Lawrence, though. Does lose the ball. Chance here for Adams if I can get it into him. It's gone over the top now with the volley, with a great goal on the left-hand side. Che Adams makes it 1-1 within 10 minutes of conceding that first goal. We needed to be quick with that, because if we took too long, they could have very easily shut up shop and made it very difficult. But good ball over the top and a great run from Adams to find the back of the net. Obviously, now that we have sold Jordan Ibe, there's more opportunities for Adams to play. So, well, we haven't actually sold Jordan Ibe yet. We still need to wait and see if he does want to drop down to the Championship or not. Chance here for Scunthorpe with the shot and with the goal. Oh, this game, it's been difficult, I must say. Madden again. Called him out at the start of the game. It's absolutely fantastic. Just to end the first half as well, it's a ball into him. Goes around the centre-back, Rawson. I would have probably preferred it if he just fouled him, but again in that top left-hand corner. Chance here for Scunthorpe. Novak's with the ball. He's going to try and pull it across. It's gone across the box and it's gone into the back of the net. I can't believe this is happening. We just don't do well in the FA. We're 6 unbeaten in the league. And we can't beat little old Scunthorpe in League One, maybe the Championship. It's just a little bit like... I don't want to say the game's like scripted, but it's so difficult against the lower teams, but then a lot easier against the bigger teams. I don't get why is that a factor in career mode. And there it is, full time against Scunthorpe, 3-1 victory. It's incredible how sluggish my players were in that game, and it's incredible how their keeper made a stupid amount of saves. I really don't get it. I don't get how Jerry got that rating as well. That's astonishing. Because he was terrible. Gave him so many chances and he just couldn't do anything. 12 saves for Jilks. I'm going to show you how old he is now. So just looking at Jilks' age then. 37. 37 years old. I almost want to do a scout report just to see how good he is. Because it's a little bit... Oh, it's a little bit suspect, in my opinion, this game at times. I just can't seem to do anything in the FA Cup. Every single year, just knocked out in the first round. The only little redeeming factor is we are third in the table in the Prem. You really can't complain with that. Maybe it was a good thing that we did get knocked out of the FA Cup, because now we can 100% concentrate on the Prem, maybe get into the Champions League positions. If that's an option, that'll be great. If not, we'll have to settle for Europa League. Ooh, I forgot about this. I forgot that Sesuan Cambo had a release clause. Jordan Ibe has sold. We have got 18.4 added to the budget. We've got 70 grand for the FA Cup. But I forgot. I don't know if we can. Actually, no, it means... So we have to renew his contract. But, right. In a way, I want to sell him, because then we've got even more money. But he is quite decent. We have got a very nice amount of money as well. But I will go in to negotiate. We may as well try, if we can, because he's on pretty cheap wages, in fairness. But I completely forgot that he had a release clause. He's literally one of the few players that does. If you look at the squad, there's Isaac with the 4.8, and that's it. He's literally the only one. So it's a little bit annoying, but we're going to go try and negotiate it. He wants 50 grand in wages. Right. I don't know if he's worth that much. Well, I know he's not worth that much, to be honest. I'm going to remove the bonus. Even then, it's not really worth it, because we could just pick... He's a backup left back at the end of the day, and right back. What we could do, instead of signing him, is bring in someone like Cedric, and then... Ooh, decisions. I don't think he's worth 50 grand in wages. I'll give him 45. It's not going to work, so it looks like Isaac is going to be leaving the club. He's worth 6.5. He's gone for 4.8. We didn't exactly need him. You look at it that way. We've obviously got... What we can always do is play Low at left back as the backup, and then play Jamie Hansen at right back, because he's not exactly playing too much, Jamie Hansen. And he is actually quite decent. So I think that's what we'll probably do for the time being. He has been quite decent. Like 95-ish pace. We picked him up for next to nothing, like a mil. And I thought at the time, he's never going to get to that rating. but he's grown quite a while. He's grown really well, actually. And it will be a shame if he does go. Ooh, transfer. That is great. That is the best news I could have probably had. It has broken down with Newcastle. So we've still got him on that cheap wage for another 2 seasons. And he's not going anywhere. That's great. Interest shown for Matty Phillips. Now, I wouldn't mind bringing him in, you know, because even for next season it would be great. But we have got quite a bit of money, so we could just bring in somebody great now and keep us at where we are in the table. It is a bit of a shame that we have sold Jordan Ibe, but I think for the amount of money, I think we've got a very good player there. Obviously also selling Andre Blake, who wasn't exactly amazing and we don't really need. So yeah, we've got about 20 million. So we could make a very good signing. See, I think we're going to end off the episode here. I'm just contemplating what we actually need in the squad. I'm like trying to ask you guys, oh, we need this position. I don't know what we need though. That's the thing. Maybe a winger, I think. Because at the moment, we literally, as a winger, we have Tom Lawrence as a left mid. Other than that, we're playing like cams and centre forwards out wide. Same with Vidra and Bennett and Adams. They're all strikers. I know they can do a job out wide, but I probably need more of an out-and-out winger. And we've got about 20 mil, so we could get someone quite decent. Maybe look at what else is doing well in the league. Obviously, I'll have a look myself. Abraham's second highest goal scorer. Maybe pick up somebody. I don't know. Lawrence top assister, that's good to see. Someone like Tadic would be quite nice to bring into the club. A little bit more technicality. Not obviously the fastest player in the world, but would be handy to have. But yeah, I'm really stumped. I don't know what we do with this money, because we don't exactly need anyone. But maybe someone like Heung-min Son, that could be an option. I think he'd be a great little player to bring into the club just to add a few more goals. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Obviously, we're unbeaten in the last 6 games in the Premier League. But when we come against Scunthorpe, oh no, we come unstuck. And it's not exactly like I was playing a weak team. Like, I had Callum Guy and Jerry up front, but other than that, I don't really see what I did wrong there. But I don't know, it's the game at the end of the day. So yeah, we've got Chelsea and Tottenham in the next episode, then maybe finishing off with the Stoke game. So I need your guys' responses as soon as possible. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.